brown bean water. Check. Box that says YouTube on it. Check. Today is finally here. I have always wanted to have my Lion King moment. Excuse me. Something, 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 something. Hey, Toby. All right, now that everyone is finally here, late, but here, let's crack this baby open. No boxes were harmed in the unboxing of this box, but tape was harmed. It's a foam. It's a foam covering. I always expect it to be here, and then there's always like one extra obstacle, but I'm sure it's behind here. Nope, it's a letter. YouTube. This is the equivalent of there being a box within a box within a box. But, well, first we have this little card. It looks like a business card. It says, "Congratulations on your subscriber milestone. We are honored to take part in recognizing your..." Okay, my hand needs to stop shaking for 1 second. "We are honored to take part in recognizing your achievement and want your experience to be exceptional. This award was inspected and packaged with great care by Rick." Rick! Shout out to Rick. Go Rick. It's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. Thank you, Rick. Much love. If your award was damaged during shipping, or it's not. I'm assuming it's not, but we'll find out in a couple seconds. Yo, I got a letter, and this is not just any piece of paper. This is some hardy paper that I will not be destroying. This is going to get freaking framed. It has a little YouTube logo on top. Seriously, I cannot believe how good quality this paper is. Do you remember your first subscriber, your 100th, or your 1000th subscriber? I remember the days that I hit those numbers. I don't remember who exactly. I don't know if YouTube really tells you that. Chances are you do. I do, because I remember my stomach falling through my butt. It's a very interesting sensation. And we know that you'll definitely remember your 100,000th subscriber, whoever it is out there. Maybe you know who you are. Maybe I don't think I know. It all happened so quickly, but thank you. Thank you to every single person out there though, because without all of you combined, we wouldn't even be here in the first place, so it's a collective effort. Your fans may have found you while searching YouTube, learned about you through a friend, or maybe you showed up as a recommended video. No matter how they came to your channel, your audience stayed and their numbers increased because of you and the community you've built. We're proud to honor your impressive milestone of reaching 100,000 subscribers with the Silver Creator Award. Congratulations. We know that you have many more stories to share with your community, and we know your fans can't wait for you to amaze them even more with your commitment and creativity. No pressure. So keep creating, keep building. We can't wait to see what you'll do next, and we're here to support you along the way. And who knows, when you reach your millionth subscriber, we may just write you and ask, do you remember your 100,000th subscriber? Yours sincerely, Neil Mohan, YouTube CEO. Thank you. Oh my gosh, this is going in a safe place. I cannot wait to frame that. Guys, here it is. I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you for asking. Quiet. Quiet. It's dusty in here. Oh my God. Pull yourself together. You're an adult child. Seriously. I'm fine. What is this? I think this is for freshness. I hope it's for freshness. Keeping this thing fresh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's a mirror. You can see my nose. Oh, that's cute. And you can see oh my God, you can see everything reflected in this thing. That's insane. Hello, gorgeous. You can't tell because it's so shiny, but you can see my name. presented to the Mirandalorian for passing 100,000 subscribers. Here's a closer look. Maybe you can see yourselves. Hey, there's the camera. The Mirandalorian, 100K subs with the YouTube play button. I don't want to touch it too much because I'm afraid of getting fingerprints on it, but oh my God. I'm fine. I am okay. We need to put this letter back in the box. I'm gonna spill coffee on it or something. Now my pruny balloonies back there. It said 100K at one point, but now they're so pruny and wrinkly. I don't even know what they're about anymore. They've been waiting a really long time for this, and I'm really surprised that they survived this long. But I'm sorry for showing you my human tears. I hope you guys out there understand how big of a deal this is. Maybe not for you, but for me, I mean, this is unfathomable. This is what dreams are made of, to quote Hilary Duff and Lizzie McGuire, okay? Hey now, hey now, hey, hey, hey. This is what dreams are made of. I am so proud and so humbled to be in this position, to have this. I don't even know where this is gonna go. It ain't going anywhere right now. It's staying right here. I'm gonna cuddle it. But first off, I wanna dedicate this to every single person that has ever subscribed, that has ever watched any of my videos, even if it was for a minute because you were like, and you had to switch it off. This is absolutely a team effort, and I am so grateful. And I hope you know, like, I'm just a random human being, born and raised in Ohio, currently living in New York, hoping to go back to Ohio because I miss my home. And I will say that living so far away from my family has been kind of hard for the past, oh my gosh, 6 to 8 months. But without this YouTube channel, I don't really know what I would have done, because I feel this sense of family here through the channel, through my Discord community, through my Twitter family. Like, being away from home and away from my family, I couldn't have asked for a better virtual family than the one that we have right here. And it's because of every single person out there that has been so kind and so supportive. You have made my whole life for the past several years. You have made everything so worth it. Even when I wasn't believing in myself, I knew that I could create something here, upload it, and bring joy to people, and that gave me such a sense of purpose. And for me, purpose is so important. And no matter what the content has been about, whether it's been vlogs, whether it's been gaming videos, whether it's been just chatting and rambling, every single thing that I've done and I've accomplished and uploaded here to share with every single person, all of that has totally paid off, and I'm so grateful. And this is just the beginning. For as long as this is fulfilling and this is fun for me, I have no plans on stopping. Whether or not I will continue doing just gaming, I have no idea, which actually, speaking of, I have 2 channels right now. I have this one and I have the Mirandalorian Reacts, which I react to everything. Well, right now it's just movies, but I would like to react to other things like shows and whatever. But as I get older, I feel called to make a 3rd channel. Call me freaking crazy, because I am. But I want to share more about, my life and even my struggles and everything that I've been through, everything that I've learned and continue to learn every single day. But I want to go beyond what I've done and accomplished here. I want to expand. I want to continue to learn about everything, about the world, about myself. And this is proof that I can do it. And this is also proof that anyone can do it. If you have the drive, if you have the passion, if you do this long enough to learn how to not care about what other people think and just do what makes you happy, this is proof that anyone can do this. If you're afraid to turn on the camera to do your first recording because you don't have the right tech or you don't think you're in a good enough place yet, there's no right time to start. The right time to start is now, actually. I don't even know what younger me would think about this moment. If I could think back to who I was back in like middle school, high school, growing up, I I think younger me would be like, you're crazy. There's absolutely no way that I would do this. The older I get and the more I look back and realize the person that I was 10, 20 years ago is so different from who I am today. I might even talk about some personal stories here. But when I say younger me would not have believed in myself, it's totally true. I was growing up, I was very, I don't know, I feel like I was very shy. Some people would disagree with me, maybe, but I don't think I would. I've always performed in one way or another. I never had like front center stage like YouTube where it's all about you. But whenever I was performing, I was always more of an ensemble character. I was support. And I think I realized later on in life that being a support character was very rewarding. But growing up, I was a very anxious and at times very depressed person. I don't think I believed in myself at all. I definitely did not consider myself a creative person. Video editing, public speaking, forget it. Actually, here's a personal story that I just thought of. Some people might not know this, but when I was thinking about what I wanted to do as a career, what I wanted to go to university for, originally, I wanted to be a teacher, and specifically a mathematics teacher. But when I say that the idea of public speaking, the idea of having to do a presentation in front of even a class full of maybe 20 people, struck the fear of God into me. My least favorite class was English class because the moment that I figured out we had to do some sort of book report and then present it to the class, just anxiety. From the second that we learned about the assignment all the way up until we actually had to present said assignment, all I felt was anxiety. It was debilitating. So at that time, in like sophomore, junior, senior year of high school, thinking forward, imagining myself here now in this present moment, sitting here with this plaque, having all these people watching videos of me saying whatever the hell just falls out of my face sometimes. You don't understand how unbelievable and unrealistic that was for me at the time. I distinctly remember my high school honors English teacher. Bless her, I love her, no hard feelings, but she was actually one of my favorite teachers and she was very inspirational to me. But I distinctly remember getting up, presenting something to the entire class. But I remember getting up in front of the class and being so terrified, like heart thumping through my chest. I think I'm going to pass out because I can't get the oxygen through my lungs to my brain. And after the presentation was done, my teacher walks up to me and goes, "You want to be a teacher, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, you're really going to have to work on your public speaking and your talking skills and your people skills." And did that sting? It stung really hard. But without that moment, without having that sit down chat with somebody who I believed did want to see me thrive and do really, really well in life, I look back on that moment and, where maybe somebody else would have been offended and that would have teared them down. For me, that was one major moment that I think was the catalyst for a lot going forward. This was a weakness that I knew I had. I knew I was dead terrified of talking in front of people, which was so ironic because I loved being in theater. I loved performing, but there's definitely a difference between performing as yourself. And I think that that's relatable to doing YouTube and having a YouTube channel, unless you obviously have a YouTube channel where you're being a character. When you do YouTube, you're presenting your authentic self to the world, where when you're doing theater, when you're in a musical or a play, or you have a character that you're performing as, you're not you. You get to put on this mask for a little bit and you step aside and you let this character do its thing for a little bit. And that can be really fun and really freeing. But wow, did moments like that where I had somebody be dead honest with me and I really had to sit down and look at myself and think about how I can improve. If I didn't have moments like that, I don't think I would be here today. But also I can think of so many times growing up where I was inspired to do something. Like, for example, when Instagram was first becoming a thing, I was really into fashion growing up. I loved expressing myself through clothing. And with the rise of social media, I started to understand that there was this really cool and interesting way of expressing your talents, your creativity. So one of the first times I ever remember starting something on the internet that was public, but it wasn't actually tied to my person, and that was intentional because I think I started this Instagram page in high school. Anyway, I just started posting like fashion stuff, fashion blogs, reposting photos that I found on the internet that really inspired me. And a lot of it had to do with clothes, fashion, makeup, because that was the kind of stuff at the time that I was obsessed with. But there was this other dimension of me that was so mortified that anyone in my school would ever find out. Like when I tell you I tried so hard to keep it on the down low and to be anonymous, and I didn't want it to be tied to my person whatsoever. I don't know how it happened. Maybe I manifested it because it was something that I was so afraid of. But I remember there being a couple kids in my grade that I kind of thought I was friends with at the time, to be honest, but they found this page of mine. And I remember distinctly being in one of my classes and I could hear them whispering behind me. And then all of a sudden they started laughing and they started talking about something that the best way to describe it was there was no way that what they were describing wasn't related to me. They were talking about I think they were making fun of me, if I remember correctly. I think they were making fun of me for hashtagging, like literally just writing hashtags under posts. So they must have somehow found this fashion Instagram blog of mine. And at that time, even though I was very young and social media was still ramping up and we were getting used to it, at that point, I still kind of understood algorithm. I understood the purpose and the importance of hashtagging because even though I didn't want people in my real life to find this page, I wanted other people in the world, all over the world, to find my page. I didn't mind that because I wanted people to be drawn to my page that had the same interests that I did. But other people found it. People that I didn't really want to find it found it. And I distinctly remember them making fun of me. They were saying hashtag this, hashtag that, and then they were giggling to themselves. I still think about it sometimes, and I'm over it. No hard feelings whatsoever. I've built a bridge and gotten over most insecurities that I ever had growing up. I don't want to say all, most. Some things I don't think ever truly go away. You just learn to make it your friend. But I remember distinctly thinking, this is targeted at me. They're making fun of me. And I was so upset. I was so mortified. Instantly after that, I think between classes, I went on my phone, I deleted the page and I was like, never again. I'm never doing this again. I'm never creating a page again. I'm never sharing stuff like that. I'm so glad I didn't listen to that. I'm so glad that I stopped caring, that I stopped fearing what other people would think about me. Sometimes I think about, do people ever find my YouTube channel that knew me in high school, that knew me in middle school? And what do they think? Cringe. If it is cringe, I'm here to tell you, I don't care. I embrace the cringe. That is who I am. I have so much to be grateful for here. And there is not a single day that I regret starting a YouTube channel, that I regret putting myself out there on the internet. My dog judges me more harshly than you ever could. You have no idea. But I had a lot of moments growing up where I never really felt like I fit in, or I felt too scared to try things. I so often thought of myself as not the creative type. Like there was no way in heck that back in high school I would have ever seen myself learning how to video edit or even learn how to talk in front of a camera. And even then, we're still improving on that. I'm sharing this story not to make anyone feel bad or whatever. I'm telling you this because wherever you're at in life now, whether or not you identify more with younger me from high school who did not believe in herself, who did not think they had any talents to share, who thought that nobody would even care, because in a way, there were a lot of things that happened that made me feel that way. And I remember starting up my first ever content creation channel on Twitch, and I was still mortified back then. I was so adamant on not letting anyone that I knew find it. I was trying to be secretive, but also not secretive. But, I didn't care if random people found it, but people that knew me personally, I was so scared of them finding it. And of course, there's so many things in life you can't control. People found stuff. People would, make fun of me. People didn't believe in me. But once I started to have something to show for all of my hard work, then people started to believe in me. But you know what? I started to believe in myself long before I started to see any results. And I think that's the big difference. But for so long growing up, I felt like I didn't really have a place where I belonged, that I was always fighting for validation, to be seen. I wanted to feel like somebody believed in me, whether it was a teacher, whether it was a best friend. All it did was push me to the idea that you cannot sit and wait around for other people to believe in you. You have to believe in yourself. And for every single person that made fun of me or didn't believe in me or thought that I was cringy or annoying or whatever, I'm so grateful. Thanks to YouTube, I have come so much closer to finding myself. And again, I think we're only just beginning. I can't wait to see where we'll be at in a couple years. I can't wait to see how many channels I'm gonna have in like 3 years. I'm somebody who likes to start over again, start from the ground up, because I don't find the destination to be the fun part. I find the journey to be the most rewarding. And my interests are always changing, and I love creating around whatever I find interesting at the time. But I hope that you watching this video, seeing this plaque, and me hugging it dearly, I hope this inspires you to keep going and to not be afraid, because there's no point to being afraid. If you're afraid of something, that means you should go for it. The worst thing that could happen is you find out that it's not for you, but you only fail when you decide to quit and walk away completely. And if it wasn't for the friends that I made in college that were into gaming, that were into technology, that inspired me to build my own computer, that inspired me to get back into video gaming, if it wasn't for them, I would have never had the initial push to even get started. But real talk though, I have no idea where I'm going to put this. I think this will have to do for now. And what's the next stop on the struggle bus, you ask? 1 million subscribblers. Now this has motivated me to start a collection. But I wanted you guys to be here for this super special moment. And once again, thank you to every single person out there who ever hit the subscribe button here on the channel. I also want to thank my pruny balloons back there for hanging in there. It's still going strong. I never knew where this channel or any of my current channels or any of my future channels, I never knew where any of them would end up. And for me, that was never really the point. I was never focused on the goal. I've never really been focused on the goal because you can't really control where you end up in the first place. I have always made a point to enjoy the process, the recording, the editing, the brainstorming, the mistakes. Every single part is so valuable to your overall journey. I have no idea where we're going to end up in a couple years. I don't even know if I'll still be doing this, but I hope to. Maybe next time I can just buy 2 balloons and it'll be a 1 and an M. One can dream. One of the coolest things about having a YouTube channel that has grown, when I first started, it was really all about me. It was really just me. I was making videos for myself and the handful of people that wanted to watch. But it was really all about me all the time, and trust me, that gets old. But there's this interesting phenomena that happens when you grow, and it starts to become bigger than you. And you start to realize, wow, it's not just me anymore. There's a lot of people here. There's a lot of people listening to what I have to say, the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's a lot of people here that put up with my dad jokes and my toilet humor. And there's even more people that have learned to never take what I say seriously because I'm almost always joking. I definitely try to not take things too seriously, but in all seriousness, I learned that once you reach a certain level, it becomes bigger than you. Whatever you're doing here on your channel becomes bigger than just you. And I definitely felt the responsibility to put my best foot forward, to put my best self out there, to spread a message that is beneficial for everyone. And as I've gotten more comfortable with myself and creating content, things have changed for me too. Like my vision has changed, my ideologies have changed, and my values have changed for what I want my content to be like. For example, I think I tend to not take things as seriously anymore, like life and content, and I'm not afraid to make jokes. And actually, I think I have really leaned into my funnier side. I go into every video now with the intention of at least once making somebody laugh. Where growing up, I never really thought of myself as a funny person, but the more comments and emails and tweets that I receive saying that they had a great time watching my videos and I made them laugh, and they actually hit me with something that I said in a video or like a joke that I made, and that was their main takeaway and it made their whole day. You have no idea how good that makes me feel. Every single wonderful comment that I've ever received has made all of this worth it. But also the negative comments have helped me just as much as the good ones. What I mean by that is for every single nasty comment that I receive on my videos, the people typing them are probably like, yeah, we got them. But from my perspective, every single time I read a nasty comment, that is the perfect time to truly teach myself and grasp the importance of not caring what other people think about you. I know for a lot of people, including myself for a very long time, one negative comment would send you spiraling for the rest of the day or the rest of the week. Can I get a show of hands in chat for all the people that can resonate with that? That's how I used to feel. For every single negative comment that I would get, it was very upsetting. But once I realized that there was nothing I could do about that, and I could either let those comments destroy me and cause me to eventually walk away, or I could look at every single negative comment and use that as fuel to become the strongest version of myself. And there were a couple playthroughs that I can think of that really tested that level of strength in me. And once again, I am so grateful. I am grateful for the haters just as much as I am grateful for every single person out there that has ever supported me. You have to have the bad to appreciate the good. Without both sides, there is no balance. There is no learning. There is no growing. Anyway, I think I am done with my TED Talk for now. Sorry to get super philosophical, but these moments, I think it's just so important to share how we got here and not just show you the end result. What you guys are seeing right now is years of hard work. You are seeing the metaphorical finish line, but I think it's even more important to share and talk about the obstacles that you have to go through to get here. But I'm so grateful for YouTube. I'm so grateful for this community. Without every single one of you, this plaque with my name on it would not exist. Before I end this video, I really want to give these balloons a proper send-off. I have been waiting so long to do this. Here's my inner child about to come out. Kids, do not try this at home, and if you do it with supervision. There may or may not be some lightheadedness, but we're doing it.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. I'm gonna hop off now. I'm gonna go play some more video games. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm dead serious. This is the main reason I got these balloons. Like, you have no idea. I have been waiting to film this video for so long. Christmas time is here. Time. I was trying to be Alvin and the Chipmunks, and it worked. I am having way too much fun with this. I think I'll try defying gravity. I think I'll try. All right, I think I'm done with that for now. Oh, also, wait, before I go, I want to let you guys in on the process of how I got my plaque really quick. I had no plans for this video. I just kind of sat down and started filming this. But if anyone's curious, obviously, feel free to stick around for a little bit. So what happened was my YouTube channel hit 100,000 subscribers, but I didn't get the notification right away that I could apply for the plaque. I had to wait
about a week for YouTube to kind of review my channel and make sure that everything was all set. Then I got the email saying that I was eligible to apply for the plaque, so immediately I did that. YouTube pretty much took care of everything, and I mean everything. The only thing I had to do was make sure that the name that I wanted on it was perfect. I had to type that in manually. So if you guys ever hit 100,000 subscribers on your channel and you're ready to apply for your plaque, make sure you think long and hard about the future of your channel. If you ever plan to rebrand, make sure that whatever name you put on there will reflect your future plans, because they make it very clear that this is a one-time only thing. You get one chance at this. They will not replace it if it's broken or stolen or lost, which was terrifying. And then you have to give the address that you want it to be sent to. And actually, I sent it to my family's house back in Ohio, so I had to plan around an entire trip home to go get it. But even though I've never had issues living in this building, I did not even want to risk it. From the day that I applied for the plaque and put in all of my information to when it got delivered, it took no time at all. People were telling me that it was going to take 6 to 8 weeks. It took me maximum week and a half, 2 weeks, no more than that. So shout out to YouTube for being so incredible and diligent with the shipping process, and also notifying me when there were any updates. YouTube is seriously one of the best platforms, period, that I have ever created content on. The variety of genres and content types with shorts, long form videos, short form videos, anything you can think of, it is here on YouTube. I have never ever felt that I was limited with the kind of content that I wanted to do. So once again, for the billionth time, thank you to YouTube, and thank you to you guys for making my life here possible. Look at it, it's right here. For right now, it's going to sit in front of Venom. Sorry, Venom. I hope you guys enjoyed this extremely long video of me rambling and crying and gushing and talking a little bit about my upbringing and who I was as a kid. And who knows, I might start another channel in the future where I can really talk more about who I was when I was younger and what I learned growing up, becoming an adult, paying taxes. Guys, adulting is hard, but the freedom sometimes is, wouldn't trade it for the world. But also, if you're watching this and if you've made it this far, this is your sign to do it. Go for it. Don't be afraid. Take that risk. Start that channel. Film that video. Don't be afraid of your first couple videos being awful. They will be awful, trust me. But that is a great place to start, because think of all the possibilities. Every single mistake that you're about to make is a treasure trove of lessons. So don't be afraid, guys. If I can do it, you can do it. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for watching this extremely long video. I love you guys so much. This would not be possible without you. Toby and I hope you have a beautiful day, and we'll see you next time.